Welcome to Stress Less and Decompress with Kenedy. I'll be talking about ways we can all de-stress and some helpful activities to get involved with. Welcome back to Stress Less and Decompress with Kenedy. So today we have a special guest. Her name is Kenedy. What?
Keep going.
Oh. We have Kenedy here.
Hello.
Which will be brought over very soon. Having some technical difficulties, but that's okay. She is new to the studio.
Hi.
Here she is. This is Kenedy.
Hello.
So if you want to maybe talk a little bit about yourself, some basic stuff.
So I am a junior at Florida Atlantic University. It is my first day here. I'm very excited, a little nervous, but excited to meet everyone, kind of get in the groove of everything. But yeah, I'm very excited to be on the show with you today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you said that you are in a sorority.
Yes.
And you do some kind of mental health stuff?
Yes, so I am in Sigma Kappa at FAU. I am the health and wellness chair there in my sorority. So what we do is we plan different events, things like yoga, or with health you can do like different workshops where you incorporate like healthy foods and diets and give my sisters or my friends in my sorority different resources for things that are on FAU campus, like CAPS, which is like the mental health center that you can go to talk to somebody, or different resources outside of the school as well.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I think that we were talking about this Burn After Writing book,
which once I saw that I was like, oh my gosh, I love that book. I got it 2 years ago when I was not having the easiest time friendship-wise. I was kind of lost in high school and not, doing amazing mentally.
Yeah.
So I got a bunch of different books and was listening to a bunch of different podcasts, but that book really did help me in a good way. It had a lot of good questions, and it definitely did help me in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I love this book. So apparently we were just looking online that there's different kinds of books that are, it's called Burn After Writing, but they have different, I don't know how to describe it.
They have different covers, so,
yeah.
And I think different questions as well, I'm not sure, but I know that they have hearts on the cover, they have cats, they have constellations, I think just like regular like pink and blue. I had one I think that was gray. I don't think it was anything special.
Yeah.
But I personally never burned after writing the book.
Yeah, I think that's the interesting part. I thought it was a cool title, but at the end of the book, it's a little reflection. Like, all right, do you want to burn it after writing, or do you want to keep it? There's no rule. There's no wrong or right answer. So it's kind of a fun book to. Especially if you have the night to yourself, a little self-care night. I like going through the pages, filling out some of them if I have the answer right away. If I don't, I just like skip through, come back to it. There's some different kinds of questions. There's questions that are more serious, more fun, and it goes from your past, your present, and future. So it's kind of cool. So you got to talk about, you can write stuff about, ask like your earliest memory, people in history I admire, as a child I dreamed of becoming, and you get to fill it all out. So I think that's the past. Wait, maybe. Yeah, in the past. 5 things that I've always wanted to do, but I've never done. One of mine was like go to a fashion show. I don't know, I just thought of something. I hope to have like bigger dreams to put in there someday. And there's some more emotional stuff, like I feel guilty for this or that, baggage I'm carrying, but we're gonna stay positive today. A few of my favorite things, there's some questions like top 5 bands, top 5 albums, etc.
What are your top 5 albums? Do you know?
I only put After Hours by The Weeknd.
Okay.
Do you like The Weeknd?
I do like The Weeknd.
Yeah. Okay.
The Weeknd definitely has some good songs.
Yeah.
I'm not a big follower. I don't know a lot of his music, but definitely has some good songs for sure.
I kind of I feel like I don't really have like a favorite album specifically. I just kind of like different songs.
Yeah.
It just depends.
Right now I'm like on a really big Meghan Trainor and like Taylor Swift like vibe. I don't know why.
Yeah.
They both just came out with albums on like the same day. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I was listening to.
I didn't know Meghan Trainor did.
I know, that's like the sad part because they came out on the same day, and obviously Taylor Swift has a bigger following than Meghan Trainor. So it's really good music. Personally, I feel like Meghan Trainor has really good music.
Yeah. I think they both do.
Yeah, but it
obviously
really is
different
just preference.
genres.
Yeah.
Kind of. I just saw this one. Top 5 celebrities. What would your top 5 be? If you had to pick.
Top 5 celebrities. I love Meghan Trainor. I've like just now recently come to love her. Just watching her on social media and TikToks and in different interviews. She's very real. Yeah. And she doesn't try to act like I'm better than everyone. And I love that. She just seems very real. I don't know her personally, obviously, but like, I love that. I've always loved Selena Gomez, Meryl Streep.
Yeah, she's good too.
I love her. Really good actress. I'm trying to think who else. I'm blanking for some reason.
That's okay. I mean, you know,
I see that you have Lady Gaga and Miley Cyrus, and I love them both too, so I'm gonna go with that.
Mine's not really in a specific order, sort of, but mine is Lady Gaga, The Weeknd, Taylor Swift, Mac Miller, and Miley Cyrus.
Yeah. It's a good
lineup. I love Miley Cyrus's voice.
Yes.
Her voice,
and her sister.
Oh my god, they're amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, she has amazing vocals. I had to put her in there.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's questions that are kind of fun that are, you get to check off, you know, failed my driver's test, jumped out of a plane, got married, given blood, memorized a poem. There's all these random things, and it's kind of fun to, like, you know, win a trophy. If you run a trophy, you get to check it off.
Just
like,
fill it out,
I did that, you know, like.
And it's, like, fun to be able to, like, just read different, like, I don't know, like, if you've ever taken, like, a quiz on, like, Instagram or BuzzFeed, and you just like, oh, what kind of fruit am I? Or like, oh, what kind of, like, what celebrity would I be if this? And then you just get to answer all the questions and, like, check it off. I don't know. It's, like, silly and fun.
It is fun. Just because, like, sometimes you don't think about it usually on an everyday basis. But when you're given the question, you kind of get to think about it. You're like, oh, I never thought about it, but I did do something pretty cool last weekend. Or, like, you know.
And I feel like the book really opens up you to questions and looking back on, like, you know, past, present, and future on things where you completely forgot, but it really does bring you back to a happier time or a time where you feel like you've grown. When I went back and I read my book that I filled out 6 months later, I definitely realized how much I've grown in a more positive way.
Yeah.
And that's why I was so excited that I didn't burn it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I can really reflect on the
100%,
things that I really wanted to improve on.
I think it's interesting. I mean, there's also questions that are like, 10 years from now, where do you hope to be? What kind of job do you hope to have? And it's kind of cool. I could say, like, journalist, and in 10 years, maybe I'm just, like, working at a studio.
Like something like, completely different than what you thought. Yeah.
But it's kind of cool because, you know, everything, your likes and whatever kinds of just changes. But, there was one that I kind of like, things that make me laugh. I kind of made it to, like, a people. That's the kind of cool thing. You can, like, make it whatever you want. So I did, like, /people. So I put Alexis Rose and Nick Miller. Do you know those people? Oh, okay.
Enlighten me. Who are they?
Have you seen New Girl?
Oh, wait, yes. Oh, my gosh. I was literally watching it last night. How did I not? Yes, I love New Girl. Oh my God, I introduced all my friends to New Girl. I don't know. That I cannot believe that just happened to me. That is so upsetting because I love New Girl. Okay. I was watching it with all my friends last night, and they're like, I've never seen this show. It's so weird, but I love it. Yeah. It's like so...
It's like a comfort show for me because I like to watch it over and over, and it just like, I don't know.
They're so weird, but in the best way. Like, I know I'd be best friends with them, and all my friends are like, you would totally be Jess if, like, you were another person, which I love.
I think I would be Jess, too.
Yeah.
Especially with this whole cat.
The cat, yeah. Not that part of me. Like, we were just saying how, like, she's like, oh, like, are you a dog person or, like, a cat person? I do like dogs, but no hate to cats. Just I'm a dog person. Yeah.
Have you seen Schitt's Creek?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I love that show too. It's just those kind of silly comfort shows.
Who is that from?
It's from Noah Firestone.
Oh, it's my cousin.
He said Glitch is such a good song.
Glitch?
I don't know.
Is that The Weeknd?
Maybe. I need to look it up. What did he say? What's the second one?
And just
fire emojis.
emojis.
Thanks,
yeah.
Noah.
I've never heard of Glitch. But
Me either.
But Schitt's Creek is really hilarious.
My mom and I have like an Alexis thing, so like when we call each other, I called her this morning, and so we did a little like.
Me and my mom love Moira, that's her name, right?
Moira.
Yeah, and me and my mom love that show and binge watched that show in like 2 days.
Oh yeah.
And just peed our pants laughing at everything.
Yeah.
But no, shows like that like make me very happy, and it's just
a comfort show.
It's just silly. It's not like scary. I don't like scary stuff.
I don't like scary movies either. I like movies or shows that have like comedy in it, and it's just comfort. Yeah. I guess. There's nothing stressful. It's like, oh my god, like what's gonna happen? It's just very like, oh, like
you can put it on the background. You know, make dinner.
100%.
Like you can just hang out with your friends. You don't have to be like weirded out to watch it with your parents because it's like weird, like a weird show or like bad in any way.
Oh yeah, I watch it with my mom all the time. She thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah,
I just never stop watching it. One more thing I was gonna talk about. I'm not gonna go through the whole book, but there's one that says my attributes, and so basically it has all these categories, and you can circle 1 from 10. So honesty, you can circle from 1 to 10. If you think you're very honest, you would give yourself a 10. If you don't think you're honest, you would give yourself a 1. But it's kind of like, coming to your senses and, thinking, oh, you know what? I feel like I could be more confident. Or I could be, well, not less confident. You should always be confident. But there's fun stuff like fashionable, humor, uniqueness, loyalty, happiness.
I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but when I was filling out the book, I like caught myself like lying to myself at times, and I was like, why am I doing this? Like, it's just me. I
kind of had the same thing. I was like,
it's like I know I'm not like 100% honest with myself, or like maybe with other people sometimes, because like I've been known to be like a people pleaser, and I don't necessarily. It's not a good thing all the time. Like, yes, obviously you want to be nice to people, but at the same time, like, put yourself first. Yeah. I'm a human being, and like I make mistakes, like whatever. But I definitely put like a 9 for like being honest, but I'm definitely like maybe a 6.
I don't have any 10 circles because I don't feel confident in like giving myself a 10.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm good at some things, but I don't think I'm like 100% like fantastic at it.
And I feel like there's always room to grow.
100%.
There's always room to grow, like in every aspect of like life. So.
That's why I'm glad I did 9s or 8s, and then maybe later on, if I'm like a lot better at it, then I can switch it. But yeah, anyways, but this book is very fun and a good thing to get into, especially when you're bored or if you want to have a little self-care time. I like just having this and, just spending the time to go through each question, and just if I don't have an answer, I don't have an answer, just move on.
Yeah.
So, what kind of, I'm sure you get stressed.
Oh my gosh, all the time. Like, I'm the most anxious person.
Oh, me too.
Ever.
So do you have any, like, tips or tactics, anything that or any routines you like to do? Like, do you like to watch a movie, candles, read, anything?
Yeah, so specific? I have a bunch of different things that I do to start off my day. So the first thing that I do is I write in my journal. I can't lie, like I don't do it every morning, like I want to, but I just do it when it feels right. And I felt like I was letting myself down for not doing everything exactly how I should, like how I said it in my mind, but it's not healthy, I feel like, to do, like, tell yourself, like, hey, you have to do this every morning. It's because just what feels right.
Yeah, because things come up, and sometimes you just don't have that 100% time for yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes things come up, and you have to just go do something else.
Yeah.
I want to get into journaling. I've been wanting to for so long.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to do it every day. And I have a friend who does it every day. And I'm like, how do you do that? Like,
I
dedication.
Know. It's like, how do you, like, have the time sometimes and, like, the motivation to want to do it? Because sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm too lazy and I don't know what I'd write about.
Especially when you have, like, homework. You're like,
yes, exactly. And it's like, I have no more energy to do anything.
Yeah.
But I have a journal. It's called the 5-Minute Journal. I would definitely recommend it. I know it's on Amazon. You can, like, look it up online. But what it is that you log the day and like the time that you're writing it. It has like words of affirmation and also has like different quotes at the beginning of the book. Like, I don't remember a specific quote, but something that's very positive and like uplifting for the day. And it asks you to write 3 I am statements. So like something that's positive again, like about yourself, like I am like healthy, I'm beautiful, I have amazing friends, like I am this, like very nice things to write about yourself that like are uplifting during the day. And then the next thing is your 3 goals for the day. So what 3 things do you want to accomplish that day? And then you go back to it when you're going to sleep. So it's the first thing you do in the when you wake up in the morning, and the last thing that you do before you go to sleep. And you write 3 things that you enjoyed about your day, and not one thing that you didn't like, but one thing that you would want to improve on or want to change. And again, I'm not perfect. I don't do that every single day. But it definitely does help me to start my day with that and end my day with that, instead of going on my phone or scrolling on TikTok and like watching videos and like staying up like way later than I want to. Instead, I'm doing something a lot more positive for myself.
Productive.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
productive.
I feel like everyone, including myself, go on TikTok every day, every morning. I feel like I go on Instagram more. I like looking at the reels.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
I watch the reels for hours and I'm like, I have homework to do. We gotta do that. But I mean, my sister, she used to do the same thing, watch TikToks all the time. And she's like, I started getting into just like researching like, I guess some statistical things like introverts, extroverts, like instead of going on TikTok, she looks online and like tries to learn something. I don't know. I can't. I can, but I
don't want to.
I don't want to.
I don't. It's like hard. Honestly, for me sometimes it's like I worked all day. I did like all the things that I needed to do today. I just want to sit in my bed and watch TikToks, and that's like enough validation I need for myself sometimes.
100%.
Is it the healthiest thing mentally to do? I don't know. And maybe not. And
but it's whatever
nobody's
works.
perfect. Yeah.
Everyone has their weaknesses. I wouldn't even call it a weakness, but I'm just like...
It's just so normalized. And sometimes I have to go through... Me personally, I don't know if you've ever done this, but I've had to go through social media cleanses where I have to literally delete all social media platforms for like a week or longer, just because I get so consumed in it. I spend time on my phone instead of with my family, with my friends, like actually out, like doing things that I want to do. And every time, like every week when you get the notification, like, oh, your screen time went up, like, da-da-da-da. Like, I hate that. And
I hate that, too. I don't get... Do you get notifications?
Yeah, I get notifications, like, every Sunday morning.
Oh,
I'm
really?
like, oh, of course it went up. Like,
I should totally do that, though, because I need to... I'm on my phone a lot, and I don't know. Especially Instagram and Snapchat.
Yeah. I've just found that, like, that's just another thing, like, journaling and... doing that at the start of my day has really helped me, and also not just jumping on my phone and going straight to a social media platform or videos or just watching something positive. Like, it could even be like a podcast or like anything like that, like or like a motivational video. Like, that is more beneficial for me. Is it something I want to do? No, but once I get into the routine of it, I see how much it helps me. And then I also go for like walks in the morning. I go to the beach sometimes. I live pretty close to the beach, so I just walk there. Go to like the coffee shop right next to my house, which is really nice.
You're like Emma Chamberlain.
Like I just try to like get outside.
No, I like that.
I can't stay still either. I'm so bad at doing that. It's just I've just found my routine and what I like to do and what makes me feel good. And my phone and also like certain like people in my life, like with the burn book that I wrote about and that are not in my life anymore. I've excluded that, and I've just really focused on me and my mental health, and also being in my sorority and seeing what a lot of my friends go through, what a lot of people in college go through. It's such a stressful time, and the last thing you need is more things on your phone making you more stressed out. Like, our parents didn't have to deal with this.
No.
Like, no other generation had to deal with social media and like comparing yourself constantly to other people and like what their lives and like what's going on. It's just not, it doesn't feel natural to me, and it like never has, and it's definitely not something that I want to like consume so much of. I can only do little increments.
Yeah, you can only do so much. We're all human.
Yeah. I also do yoga, and I like working out, and that like also helps me too. I walk everywhere I go. Yeah. Pretty much.
Do you work out like every day, or like do you have a schedule?
Again, I'm not good with consistency. It's something I'm working on, but I walk every day. I don't necessarily. I used to go to the gym a lot. I used to do a lot of like lifting weights and all of that kind of thing, but I kind of fell out of it. It's not really me lifting weights and me going to the gym like for a leg day or an arm day or whatever. It doesn't necessarily help me. Like maybe it was like image wise, sure, but it doesn't really help like clear my mind, or it doesn't really help me like de-stress like I want to in the gym, or how I want to feel going on a walk, listening to like motivational videos or a podcast, or like, you know, I also have an app, Aurora, I think it's called. I just got it. Okay. But like I listen to it like when I go to sleep. It's like ocean noises, like just simple things like that. That's the things that like work for me, and that I found to work for me too. So yeah, all of those things. But it's taken time. Like I was not, I was trying to find for years different ways to just not be so stressed out all the time. And I mean, I am not perfect. Like you can ask any one of my friends, like any one of my family members. Get stressed all the time. My mom is like, I don't know where you got this from, because like it wasn't for me. And I was like, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to be the one to hear all about it, because she's like my best friend. So
yeah, that's cute.
But no, everyone gets stressed out and like compares themselves and like does things that you don't want to do. But it's just the matter of, do you want to keep living in sadness, or do you want to like pick yourself up and actually move on? And,
totally agree.
And just live a happy life.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes I get so stressed and I'm like, okay, let's just stay stressed forever. I'm like,
it's just easier. Like, it's like, no, it's not. But like once you just, because sometimes I'll be sitting and I will be watching a show or being on my phone, and I'm like, I know I want to get up right now, and I know if I get up right now and if I like eat something and if I go outside, like I will feel better in 10 minutes. Yeah. Sometimes it's like, as simple as it sounds, it's so hard to get up sometimes. I'm so tired from work and from school, and it is. And anyone that, and the other thing I don't like about, like, not anyone in particular, but certain people, is people telling you how to feel. Yes. When someone's like, oh, don't feel stressed out, or, oh, like oh, okay, you have it so easy, like, don't do that. Like, don't tell me how to feel. Yeah. Like, me and my friend, Lily, we were talking about this yesterday. People telling others what to feel and how to go about their feelings is so wrong. Like, yeah, everyone has their own feelings. Like, everyone has their own way of life, and they have the way that they deal. However they feel. Yeah, and like, maybe you grew up a different way than I did, and maybe you were told your whole life by like someone that not to be sensitive, or not to be this, or not to be that, and like that is so counterintuitive. Like, that is not helpful. And it just comes back to like, everyone is pretty much, well, not everyone, but I feel like most people are displaying things that are based off of, they're not real. It's just what's going on in their life. Exactly. That's why, you know, when there's all this bullying and stuff, it's really just they're going through stuff and they're trying to bring it onto someone else. Projection, for sure. Like, no, I didn't really understand it for like very long time. It's a very hard concept to understand too. I like just now realized it like this year or something. I'm like, everyone is just like, I mean, everyone's dealing with something. Of course, you know? Yeah. There's not like, no one's perfect. Everyone's dealing with something, and then they want to, you know, go and make someone else's day bad because they don't want to feel, you know, angry or upset alone. So they're like, oh, you should have a bad day too. Yeah, and then it keeps growing, and it's just like not the right way to live. Yeah. You have a bad day, doesn't mean you should continue to just say, okay, the world is just gonna end, and like, you know, like, it's just one day. Like, it is one day, and it feels like the end of the world. But like, also going back to the Burn After Writing book, I did have some very toxic friends in my life a couple years ago, and I just kept, like, every morning I'd wake up with like very, very bad anxiety, and I just started to normalize it. And I'm like, oh, well, well, there's nothing I can do. Like, I'm not going to, these friends aren't going to leave my life because I'm going to choose to keep them in my life because it's easier. So there's nothing I'm going to do, and I'm just going to keep feeling like this. And it really affected my mental health and my health in general. Yeah. And I was like, am I going to choose myself over people that don't even care about me? Like, am I going to finally make that decision to do that?
It takes a while to really come to that and like decide to choose yourself, but you should always choose yourself first.
Yeah. And like the friends along the way that tell you like, oh, just like take them out, like move them aside, like take them out of your life. Like
easier said than done, first of all.
Easier said than done. And like, yes, like obviously that would be so easy, and like people are emotionally attached to certain people like other people are. Like you don't know these people that I'm talking about. So like they have nothing to do with your life, and it like if anyone like from your life, like same thing for me, like we don't have the same experiences with certain people. Yeah. So like it would obviously be easier for you to remove them from your life than someone that you know. So it's just the concept of people telling you like, hey, just do this, just do that. Like it's so easy, just do it. Like, no, it's like, it's not that simple. And also you have to, I believe that you have to go through these experiences to be where you're going to go next. Like you have to meet the people, like even if they're terrible, like even if the people that you've met in your life are not terrible people. I don't believe everyone's like a horrible person, but if they're not right for you in your life, you met them for a reason. They taught you a lesson. It's time to move on like to the next chapter. And it's so hard because especially in high school too, when you have like specific friends, high school coming to an end and then you have to start like a whole new chapter. Yeah,
it's weird.
And the people you don't know, and it's like unknown and weird and uncomfortable. It's like, it feels like your whole world is ending, because high school felt like to me like my whole life and like something that was so like important and like amazing, but at the same time like it is like everything happens the way that it's supposed to. Yeah. And like everyone,
it doesn't seem like it. You're like, oh, my world is just shattering, but it's not shattering.
That's
just life. Everyone's life is not perfect, and it's like that's life.
It's not shattering, but it's like no one's place to tell you like it's not shattering. You yourself decide like, hey, I feel this way right now, and like I'm not going to just dismiss it and keep pushing it aside, because that's how things build up, and like that's how like problems are created. You break, and 100%. You could like break out of nowhere, and you don't want that to happen. Yeah. Like you just like feel like you have a good group of people in your life to be able to be like, hey, you know, I'm not doing okay right now. Yeah. And like they don't judge you for it. They like understand, and like you don't want to put a pressure on your friends to like help you feel better when you feel some type of way. Like they don't know exactly what to do, but like definitely like I love therapy, like that kind of thing, like decompressing, like having that kind of like outlet is definitely
100%
definitely good.
2 minutes.
Why'd you do it like that?
Because that's how I do it. 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, so for me, I like to I feel like I have a candle obsession, honestly.
I was gonna say something about that. My stepmom and my dad, they make candles.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you know what like chakras are, like chakra balancing. So it's like,
no.
So like you have 7 chakras. It's like one for your head, throat, heart. I don't know a lot about them, but like it's a balancing like meditation thing. So like they're at Whole Foods, and like not like to do that, but like just to like, I'm just saying in general, like they're chakra balancing candles that do like help with stress, decompressing, that kind of thing. They have like different like rocks and stuff in the candles that are like,
oh, that's cool,
like balancing and like help with certain things, and they have like different meanings like in the packages. So just
that's
wanted
so
to put that out there too. So that helps me as well.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it is really cool.
I've seen like different candles, and like I have seen some with like little rocks in there or like little stones, and it's like, especially like with the lavender.
Hi. I'm just seeing if any of my art is in here.
We kind of have a live show going on right now.
I'm so sorry.
You're all good.
It's okay.
Surprise! We have more guests. No, I'm just kidding. But what were you saying about your candles?
Yeah, I think so. Like I like lavender candles. Also, I know that lavender candles are known to be like helpful with sleeping or like stress. So I really like that one. But my candle collection is like growing.
Growing and growing.
I keep buying them from Target.
And I just like told you more about more candles. I love like the fall candles right now at
Yeah.
Target. There's like these pumpkin candles that are amazing, but also just like different like lavender, different like lavender scents and stuff too, like essential oils, like Epsom salt, like that kind of thing. Like that really helps me with stress too.
Okay.
Love lavender so much.
All right. Well, I think we're running out of time, but thanks for Kenedy for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So I will see you next week, and tune in, I guess. Yeah, tune in. Thanks for tuning in to Stress Less and Decompress with Katie. If stress is something you struggle with, think about watching a sunset, listening to music, dancing like there's nobody watching, and explore something new. You never know what you'll find out about yourself.